all have our distinct characteristics and information to differentiate us from one another, such as our names, our favorites, among others. This information are often used in exchanging information when meeting someone for the first time or to get to know each other better. However, in this generation where personal information can be accessed easily through social networking sites, there are also issues that need to be addressed in terms of protecting one's privacy and in taking precautions on the kind of information we can give. In this lesson, students will learn how to introduce themselves and ask for some personal information from their classmates. They will also make a profile card which can be used when they meet new Japanese friends in the future. Jugyo hajimemasu. Minasan konnichiwa. We are now on topic 3, session 1. This session has 4 objectives. First, to observe the facial expressions and gestures done during self-introduction and to realize that there are various facial expressions and gestures. Second, to listen to a self-introduction in Japanese and to be able to understand other person's name as it is being said. Third, to be able to say a self-introduction which includes a greeting, one's name and nickname in Japanese, using an expression appropriate to one's relationship with the listener. And fourth, to think about Japanese names and the ranking of popular names and their characteristics.
Observe and identify the facial expressions and gestures in the following pictures. Handshaking.
The photo is taken in Belgium. Shaking of hands is not only done in Belgium but also in many other countries around the world.
Palm pressing.
In Thailand, people show their respect or reverence by pressing their palms together. In Japan, people do not press their palms together when greeting someone.
Hugging.
The photo is taken in the United States of America. Hugging is not only done in USA but also in many other countries around the world.
Bowing. In Japan, people usually greet by bowing to each other. This picture shows greetings in a classroom in Japan. Not only in Japan, but also in many cultures, including European countries, bowing is a sign of respect.
Point to be realized. There are various facial expressions and gestures in greeting new friends. In this session, we will learn how to introduce ourselves in Japanese and how to use proper gestures in doing self-introduction. But first of all, let us get acquainted with the different gestures by role-playing.
Nonverbal greetings in the Philippines. How do you greet your new friends, using nonverbal greetings during a first meeting? Acted out Part 1. For 1 minute, show the different styles of nonverbal greetings in various Philippine settings based from the given situations. A. You meet a friend on the street. B. You introduce a friend to another friend. C. You introduce yourself to your friend's parents. D. You meet a new student in your campus.
Point to be realized. There are various gestures being used during self-introduction depending on one's relationship with the other person.
Gestures around the world. How would you feel or react to a new student from another country, who would give their greetings accompanied by gestures?
Situation A. You are a Thai student. Greet your classmate by saying Sawadee krap if you're a boy and Sawadee ka if you're a girl while pressing your palms together. Situation B. You are a male Muslim student from Pakistan. Greet your classmate by offering your right hand for handshaking while saying Assalamualaikum.
Situation C. You are a Japanese student. Greet your classmate by saying
おはようございます
while bowing.
Situation D. You are a Vietnamese student. Pretend your classmate is a teacher and greet him or her by saying Em chào go and bow while crossing your arms in front of you.
Situation E. You are a Tibetan student. Pretend you are walking along a street, and greet your classmate by sticking out your tongue. Situation F. You are an American student. Greet your classmate by saying hello, while offering a handshake.
Point to be realized. There are many ways or gestures around the world that may look strange if you are not familiar. It is important to observe properly with certain gesture and understand as well, so that we can also respond or react appropriately and enhance a better relationship, especially with foreigners.
Self-introduction in Japanese. What gestures do Japanese people use during self-introduction?
Vow.
Did you know that? There are different degrees of bowing style in Japanese culture depending on the occasion. However, in a simple self-introduction, it will be best for men to put their hands at the side, and for women, to put their hands together, in front of their thighs, and bow 30 degrees, which will be acceptable in nearly every situation, which shows a good balance of respect and familiarity. Self-introduction number 1.
聞いてください
Hajimemashite. Janice de los Reyes des. Nikonemo wa Janice des. Dozo yoroshiku.
Were you able to catch up all the words? What was the first word I mentioned?
はじめまして
What do you think is the meaning of
はじめまして
Note.
はじめまして
It's my first time to meet you. An expression used in meeting the person for the first time, before mentioning one's name.
言ってください。はじめまして。
Then, what follows?
はじめまして
Teacher's name des.
ニックネームは、です。どうぞよろしく。
Note.
ニックネームは、です。
My nickname is.
どうぞよろしく。
I hope you will take care of me. I hope I can count on your cooperation. Thank you in advance for your kindness in helping me. Please favor me with your friendship.
こんにちは。はじめまして。カータ・クルズです。ニックネームはカッツです。フィリピン人です。どうぞよろしく。
言ってください。こんにちは。はじめまして。です。ニックネームは、です。フィリピン人です。どうぞよろしく。
All about names. Can you mention some Japanese names? How do you think a Japanese writes his or her name? Is it family name then first name, or the opposite, like how we Filipinos write our names, which is first name, then middle name or initial, then family name? Do you think Japanese people have middle names?
Mizushima.
Guide questions. Which comes first, the family name or the first name? Do you know other Japanese family names? What do you think is the importance of family names for Japanese people? Importance of family names. Japanese people use their family names when introducing themselves. Japanese people use family names to address someone of a higher rank, or to a new acquaintance to show respect. What does your family name mean to you? How much do you value your family name? Did you know that Japan has over 100,000 family names? A Japanese person usually uses his or her family name when introducing himself or herself. Most common Japanese family names. Japanese name ranking for the year 2009. Japanese name ranking is based on the popularity of the kanji, Chinese characters, used by their parents. Names written in kanji may have several different readings.
Sato, Suzuki, Takahashi, Tanaka, Ito, Watanabe, Yamamoto, Nakamura, Kobayashi, Kato, Yoshida, Yamada, Sasaki, 山口、松本、井上、木村、林、斉藤、清水。
Name ranking. It has been the most popular kanji used for a boy's name for 3 consecutive years. Various readings.
ひろと、やまと、はると。ひろと、やまと、はると。
Means big. Means to fly in the sky, to run fast. Means an action of flying high in the sky. The parents desire or wish to see their child aiming high in his life. At the same time, they hope for a better and brighter future for their country, since Japan has not yet recovered from economic crisis. It has been the most popular kanji used for a girl's name for 2 consecutive years. Various readings.
ひな、はるな。ひな、はるな。
Means sunlight warm. Means small yellow flower. Means a small yellow flower basking in the sunlight. Recently, the trend for choosing baby names has changed. Nowadays, a lot of parents choose nice-sounding names or the reading first before they choose the kanji, or meaning of the names. After few years, this trend might change again.
For your enrichment activity, ask your parents the story behind your name. How did they come up with your name? Ask your parents or relatives about what they thought and felt when they gave you your name. For those parents are not around, ask a guardian or relative about the story behind your name. How did they come up with your name? Minasan, reflection time. What did you learn today? Can you already introduce yourselves in Japanese? What do you think of the gestures of different countries in saying hello? What can you say about how Japanese names are formed? Write it down in your Nihongo notes. Jugyo uwarimasu. Sayonara!